Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. I just woke up, and it's another morning session, as you can tell from me just waking up. Let's go ahead and get to the chair. We got a lot of stuff to do today. My AC just turned on. I'm going to turn that off. I'll see you there. It is Monday morning for me, and it was the weekend of St. Patrick's Day, and as predicted, I didn't get a whole lot done, but it is a new week now, so we are going to just dive on into it. Again, I lost my pencil, so I'm using this. Just to cover everything, I'm going to be banging out BWV 1001. I have the whole thing down, I just need to get the presto playable, so that'll probably be the majority of the work. And then memorizing the Siciliana and Adagio, and of course I'm going to work on 1009 as well. Just the prelude, and then I'll go further into it later, but the priority is the prelude. And then of course the sore Mozart variations, I'll probably work on that a bit. I think that's it for the morning seshi, so that's good. I'm still pretty sleepy, so we're not going to talk too much, because I think we're going to go into a new video. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it'll be one of those. Let's go ahead and make our way to the chair, and then I will get some hours of practicing under my belt, and then I'll probably be a little more awake after that. So I'll see you there. We are off to the races. So I'm going to start with just a little bit of scales, scaly whaleys, get my fingies in order, make sure they're still there. And then I'm going to start with the prelude in 1009, and then finish it off with polishing up the Bach and the sore. So, I will see you on the other side. That's enough practice for this morning. I will explain everything I've done. Let me bring you closer. I've been working a lot on the BWV 1009 Prelude. I've also been trying to memorize the Adagio of 1001. So once again, I'm going to play it from sheet music just to play it. So this is kind of just a performance of it, you know, just to put it all together. But I am working on memorizing it. Okay, that was the second take of the Adagio. I did 2 full takes. Those felt pretty good. I think I'll probably go with the second one, though, because I started it off cool. Alright, well, that pretty much covers the practice for this morning. I guess we can go ahead and just get into a video. So, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, you might be able to tell by the title. Well, I mean, I haven't actually done it yet, so we'll see if I end up doing it. I would like to revisit an old friend who we haven't seen in a while. How about another 2-hour documentary all about Julian Bream? It's been a while since we featured Julian Bream. It's kind of been all about John Williams and Manuel Barrueco and Segovia recently. Julian Bream is very much a part of this story, so we should probably, you know, refresh on him, see how he's doing. And now, for you guys who don't remember or haven't been here long enough to see it, John Williams, he's like the nerd. That's kind of his character. Barrueco is just like a super romantic, like he's always euphoric or like devastated. Those are his 2 states of being. And now Julian Bream, he's like the jock. He's a real man's man. He's a sportsman. He's a soldier. But, you know, very emotional too, though. I mean, all these guys are emotional. So that being said, let's see how our boy is doing. And Julian Bream, My Life in Music. Woo. Get a nice start up here. Are we in the Outback right now? Is this a John Williams documentary? I call everything the Outback, I guess. Somebody corrected me on that. Da. Is it gonna go up or down? Post in the comments, up or down. Just say it. Da. I'm gonna say down. Ooh. It went up. This is Benjamin Britten. Isn't that a movie? I like might as well not even play guitar when I'm watching these. I'm just like a regular person. Can you believe I've never played Benjamin Britten before? I mean, just listen to this. Why haven't I played this? Diddly-dee. I do enjoy that bass note.
Benjamin Britten's Nocturnal is the cornerstone of the classic.
Who am I thinking of when they say Benjamin Britten? It's something really stupid. Am I thinking of Benjamin Button? I'm thinking of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I think. I have no idea what that's even about. Benjamin Britten. There's the man himself. Does he have a documentary? Okay, I think he has a documentary. Alright, Benjamin Britten.
Written for Julian, this masterpiece is a fitting testament to the 20th century's greatest guitarist and lutenist.
Hey, well, it was written for Julian, so I don't want to play it if it was written for him, you know. I will play the Morel Sonatina, though. I do like that one.
At 70, Julian's sole companion is his faithful friend, Django.
Django Reinhardt. He turned into a dog!
In the spring of
Would you use sorcery on him?
year, I decided I would retire from the concert platform. I'd done 55 years on the planks, and I felt that was quite long enough. And this was the moment to let somebody else take over the reins.
Oh.
Now, this is the heart of the Thomas Hardy country. And he once wrote about these hills, that they were fashioned by a very sensitive hand. Now, I know exactly what he means by that, because the linear quality of these hills have great serenity.
Oh man, he's feeling good in his old age, isn't he? I think that's everyone's goal when they're 70, to be Julian Bream. Just be like, look at those mountains, bro. Look at those mountains. I'm sorry, what was this one called? This is a John Dallin. It's blurry, I don't know what that word is. I think it's Hi-Ho Holiday. Whoa, yeah it is. Alright, the Hi-Ho Holiday. Sounds pretty good to me. Hi-Ho, let's go. Is that what they mean? That's the mansion. Oh man, look at him. Smaller than I remembered. It's in my memory as like a castle. I mean, that is a very large house. He did well. He did well for himself. It's a mansion, right? Would you call that a mansion? The circular driveway. God dang, how many recitals you gotta give to get something like that? I mean, a couple. A couple, like, really good ones. Here we are. My mansion. Back to the dungeon, Django. You must practice.
And so I've always had connections with Battersea. Not least because my grandmother had a pub in Battersea, an old beer house.
Ah, that's where he used to play piano before it burned down, if I remember correctly.
I used to visit her. I used to love my grandmother. And I spent a lot of time in that pub. And then my father bought a little semi-detached bungalow in Hampton, in the suburbs of London.
Well, Julian.
And I remember he paid £315, 12 and sixpence, old money.
Dang.
That was a complete freehold. My parents, in one way, were conventional suburban, but in another way, they were very individual and very unusual, and particularly
Wow.
my father.
My God, look at this family. Jeez.
Who was a very successful commercial artist and was earning quite good money, and we lived very well. He had an extraordinary talent for drawing, and he could draw at terrific speed. He used to chain smoke cigarettes, and the ash used to fall on the paper, and he used to rub that in too for a bit of texture. He was immensely talented in other areas too. He, in the 30s, was a great radio buff, and he built his own radio sets. I mean, one of the great problems with my father's radio was the noise and the brutality of the noise. And you know, as a young kid, your ears are very, very sensitive. As he got to the edge of the station, the noise, the howl, was tremendous, and for me it was intolerable. So much so that when he was off to work, I used to find his electrical components and rectifiers and condensers and God knows what, and I used to bury them at the end of the garden. And then my father, a couple of years later, would be digging up the garden, find half his radio kit underground, and he didn't look at me pleased. He wasn't chuffed, as they say.
Wow. That's amazing. God, I hate electrical hums. My TV used to do that. It's really annoying. But like I've mentioned before, a lot of musicians don't actually have that issue because a lot of us have hearing damage. You should download a frequency generator, see how high you can hear. You're supposed to be able to hear between 20 and 20,000 hertz, but most people that I try it on, they cap out at like 14,000 or like 13,000, which seems really low. I can hear like up to 18. So, you know. So you don't have to worry about that if you're a normal musician. But if you're a delicate little guitarist, your hearing probably isn't too damaged.
Now, my father, a very natural musician. He couldn't read music, but he could play all the...
He could play by ear, though, right?
...popular songs of the period. Because he bought a beautiful grand piano, looking ahead to a time when I would be old enough to learn to play it. And so I used to lay under this piano while I was playing in ecstasy.
He was euphoric under that piano. I don't know if I'd be feeling ecstasy under a piano. That would be loud for me too. Pianos are so loud. They're too loud.
Very beautiful.
Wow. The spitting image of Julian Bream right there. She kind of looks like him, doesn't she? Who was that?
There's not much to say about my mother except she was very beautiful.
That's coming from Julian Bream himself. Yes, she is the spitting image of Julian Bream. Look at her. I mean, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. She looks a lot like Julian Bream, though. He's a handsome man, though.
I'm afraid is undoing. Actually, I think she was not always all there, because she used to stare out the window for long periods of time in total serenity. She was
What's wrong with that?
very warm mother to me, and I got on very well with her. But I mean, she just had...
Fire truck! Fire truck! There's disaster outside. Let's hear about his mom that he referred to as, like, spaced out all the time.
But I mean, she just had nothing except her beautiful looks, you know.
Wow, that's not very nice, Julie. That's your mother, dude. I'm sure, I don't even know what to say to that, man. She, dude, that's so messed up to say. Oh my god. So, I guess we have to get into the mindset. Julian Bream is, like, kind of old now. And he's just like, screw it. My parents are dead and everything. He's just kind of doing a tell-all. He's like, you know what? My mom was kind of dumb. I'm saying it. I'm here in this chair. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. I feel like that's not fair to his mom, though. I mean, I have to stand up. But whatever. I mean, he knew her, I guess.
I suspect I have to thank her for some genetic contribution to my ability to play plucked instruments. She came from a Scottish family, and I'm very proud of that. I mean, I like to feel that I'm half Gaelic, you know. But on the other hand, she didn't like music, and she didn't like to do anything, actually, except dance. She was rather good at ballroom dancing. And even when, in old age, she'd had 2 hips, artificial hips, put in, she still went ballroom dancing. So it showed that at least she may have been simple, but by God, she had determination.
I don't know how to comment on this. That's kind of a theme with Julian Bream. He kind of feels like he's always in a locker room when he's talking. Like, he'll just kind of say whatever. But yeah, sort of interesting. Well, it looks like we're about to go into a new part where we're going to talk about Julian's jazzy side, as you can tell by the Le Pomp.
my father.
My father. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, shall we? Hey, well, thanks for joining me in this practice journey. If you made it this far, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, all that. Hey, you want some guitar lessons? Want me to teach you how to play classical guitar? Because I will. All you gotta do is ask, and the details are in the description. And of course, if you have any questions or comments about anything, feel free to leave them, and I will answer them in the chair over there at some point, of course. Yeah, anything else? I hope you're doing well today. Hope you're having a good day. And yeah, I'll see you tonight.